Dear UJ community, on Monday, 23 March 2020, President Cyril Ramaphosa announced that government has escalated its response to the COVID-19 outbreak by enforcing a nationwide lockdown for 21 days, with effect from midnight Thursday, 26 March 2020 to midnight 16 April 2020. In terms of this, individuals will not be allowed to leave their homes except under strictly controlled circumstances, such as to seek medical care, buy food, medicine and other supplies, or collect a social grant. The categories of people who will be exempted from this lockdown include, but are not exclusive to, health workers in the public and private sectors, emergency personnel, security and hygiene services, and other persons necessary for a response to the pandemic. The President said this extraordinary action is necessary to disrupt the chain of transmission across society and save millions of South Africans from infection. The drastic measures follow the enforcement of travel bans and the closure of 35 South Africa's borders and 2 seaports. In line with these measures, the University of Johannesburg has reviewed our operational measures, and these are as follows. The university has decided that the lockdown will commence from midnight Wednesday, 25 March 2020. Critical staff, in accordance with the President's announcement, has been identified and will be deployed accordingly on campuses where applicable. The autumn recess started on 21 March 2020 and remains extended following the suspension of all contact classes, tests, and practicals since 16 March 2020. Our second term will commence on 20 April 2020. Online teaching and learning will continue until further notice. On Friday, 17 April 2020, all staff reporting in the campuses, operations, and ICS domains will report for service. All remaining staff will return on Monday, 20 April 2020. As the extended autumn recess has implications for the academic calendar, the mid-year recess will be shortened. The first semester will now end on the 19th of June 2020 and not on the 15th of June 2020. Teaching and learning, non-coursework, postgraduate studies and research work will continue remotely via online and other appropriate means during this autumn recess lockdown period. Students are reminded to update their emergency contacts on ULink. International students must update both their local and international emergency contact details. All qualifying students who have not collected their Intel devices must do so not later than 16 hours Wednesday, 25 March 2020. Working arrangements. In accordance with UJ's business continuity plan, the university has implemented arrangements to allow staff to work remotely. Due to the lockdown period, it will not be required for staff to apply for leave apart from sick leave. Further queries may be referred to human resources. Staff members who need VPN access must submit such requests before the UJ lockdown on Wednesday, 25 March 2020. All staff password expiry dates have been extended to 180 days. Residencies. Given the national lockdown, students are to vacate their residencies not later than 13 hours on Wednesday, the 25th of March 2020. Students who are unable to vacate their rooms must provide substantiated reasons to residence assistant by not later than 10 o'clock in the morning on the 25th of March 2020. For those students remaining in residencies, all precautionary measures to mitigate the risk of exposure, including the use of sanitizers, hygiene and social distancing, must be adhered to. This also applies to privately owned student residences. We are going to be monitoring the movement of students who are going to stay in residence and are expected to stay in their rooms due to this lockdown. Students who remain in residences must sign in and out whenever they leave the campuses for essential reasons. Facilities and access to campuses. University facilities such as libraries, computer laboratories will be closed during this lockdown period. However, library services will continue online. In line with the lockdown regulations and social distancing measures, students who are not on-campus residencies will have their access cards deactivated. Cards will be reactivated after the lockdown period. Last week, Professor Kate Alexander approached me about establishing a fund where those who are interested to contribute towards COVID-19 can do so. Yesterday, the President of South Africa announced a fund where those who want to contribute towards COVID-19 can do so. This is called the Solidarity Fund. I encourage our staff to contribute towards the Solidarity Fund so that we can be able to tackle this problem and get this episode behind us. Thank you very much. Ngiyabonga. Bayadanki.
The University of Johannesburg, the future reimagined.